A local dentist office sued for malpractice. A Salem family says employees used unsterilized instruments when treating their 9-year-old child last month.
Yeah, 10 News reporter Tommy Lopez is live in the studio tonight. He has more on what they say may have gone wrong. Tommy, tell us about that.
Yeah, the lawsuit says that this happened at Spencer Dental in Roanoke. And it says that employees admitted to the family that they didn't follow procedure and their child is at risk for infection.
A complaint filed with Roanoke City Circuit Court reveals allegations of malpractice at Spencer Dental in Roanoke. The mother first reached out to us about a month ago and told us that an employee contacted her 10 days after the appointment. The office used to be called Cool Smiles. It's still under the same parent company. A spokesperson says, quote, "When we discovered that patients were potentially exposed to dental instruments that had been cleaned but not fully sterilized, we promptly notified those patients and took steps to ensure their health and safety." The lawsuit claims employees realized a mistake was made and at least 50 patients may have been affected. It says the 9-year-old suffered pain from undergoing blood work afterward, a regimen that will include multiple follow-ups. It claims the child has emotional distress from blood being drawn and the uncertainty about an infection, and the family is now asking for $2.3 million in compensation. The spokesperson for the parent company says it can't comment on the lawsuit, but adds, quote, "Spencer Dental and Cool Smiles have been committed to providing safe and quality dental care to thousands of Virginia families for nearly 2 decades.
The law firm says more patients have contacted them, and it expects to file more lawsuits of this nature in the future. Also, early last year, the same company settled for a $24 million federal lawsuit that alleged that it performed unnecessary procedures to collect Medicaid claims in multiple states. The company denied any wrongdoing. In the studio, I'm Tommy Lopez, 10 News, working for you.